Now we are going to see the other options in importing. So I'm going to click Command I again. So I have got the window for importing. And now we are going to see transcoding. So what does it mean by this word transcoding? Basically, transcoding means it's a conversion from the original source to a different type of file format. So which means you know that you have media which might be in any format. It could be in MP4 or it could be MOV, any type of movie file, okay? And when you import that to FCP, FCP can change that format to a different format. That is transcoding. Why do we want to change it? Because for smooth editing, for smooth performance and better playback, FCP needs to convert it for its native format. If you transcode with the option Create Optimized Media, FCP will transcode your source media, whatever it may be. FCP will transcode it to Apple's ProRes 422 format. That is the format that it gets converted to. It is converting for better performance while you edit your videos. When you edit, you're going to add transitions, you will be adding more text, you'll be adding more effects, and many other things you will add. So when you add all these things, your computer gets loaded up and computer needs a better performance to edit all these things. In order to edit everything smoothly, Apple converts your source media to a different media. Okay, that's transcoding. So the first option, when you create this optimized media, as I said, it's transcode it to Apple's a different format called Apple ProRes 422. But only thing that you have to remember is when you transcode or when you select this option, your FCP going to consume a lot of space when this happens, which means in an average a 1 hour movie it will consume around 60 GB of space. So you can imagine how much space it occupies when you transcode it. And the next option is create proxy media. This is also a different type of transcoding, but this consumes a lesser space in comparison with the optimized media. So I suggest if you have a large media file, I prefer to choose this because this will only occupy or take a lesser space in comparison with optimized media. And it uses H.266 format. That's a format it uses when you use proxy media. All right, and you have a couple of other options. Basically, it reduces the resolution of your original media to a lesser resolution so that it consumes only lesser space. I hope you understood what is transcoding is. Transcoding is basically converting your source media to a different media for Apple's easiness. It will help you for a faster, better editing, and it also helps for better playback while you edit the movie. Okay, and another question people might ask is it okay if I uncheck both of these and then import it? There is no problem. You can still import it. Only problem is transcoding will not happen. But this transcoding you can do it later also. You don't need to select it by here now. You can do the transcoding in a later period of time while you edit. I will show you that very soon. And your output, when you export the movie, your output is nowhere related to this transcoding. Okay, keep that in mind. So that's all about transcoding, and if you come down, there is another section called Analyze Audio. This is almost same as the Analyze Video option that we have seen. Basically, it analyzes the audio files that you're importing and it will give you suggestions or it will help you for a better editing in sound. That's all about it. So I think we have covered almost everything here in import functions. Now I'm not going to import anything. Now I wanted to show you a couple of other things in transcoding. I'm taking a file here, okay, and if you wanted to know whether this is a transcoded file or not, you can see that. How do you see that? You need to go to the inspector window. If you come down, if you see this optimized and proxy area, this is shown in red color, which means it's not transcoded. Can you transcode now? Yes, you can. You need to right click. You will get a transcode media option. You just need to click on it and it will ask you the same question what you have seen in the importing window. It's asking you whether you wanted to optimize the media or create a proxy media, or you can choose both also. So this time I'm going to select this optimize media and hit OK. So you can see background, it's optimizing. You can see transcoding is happening. See the percentage of progress. I'm going to close this. It is done. Now if you go and see the inspector window, you can see the optimized media is in green color. Why? Because it's optimized. That's a simple reason. So you can see everything in the information window, which is located just above the inspector window. Alright, now as I said, when you transcode media, the size of the format is higher. Okay, you are going to use your hard disk space more and more, and it will consume a large amount of space. So what if you need to delete these transcoded files because you do not need it after editing? You can delete it if you want. You can easily delete it if you have a problem with your hard disk space. If that concerns you, you can delete it off. You need to select the file. We are going to delete the transcoded file that just created. Click on file, and here you have an option delete generated file clips. If you take that, here the second option is delete optimized media, and there are other options. This also you can select if you are running out of space. Okay, now I'm going to select this optimized media. I'm going to click OK. So it deleted. Now if you go back and see, optimized turns back to red color because there is no transcoded files now associated with this file. Now there is one more interesting method of importing which is available in FCP, which is drag and drop. So I will quickly show you. Before doing that, I'm going to create a folder here. So I'm going to click on untitled one, and I'm going to click on option N for creating an event. So I'm going to change this name to drag and drop. Alright, I'm going to select it in the library untitled one and hit OK. So the event has created. Now I'm going to import it from my system folder. I'm going to take Finder here. I'm going to downloads. There are 3 files which I wanted to drag and then directly drop into this event. Okay, I'll just select this event and then just release my mouse control, so all the files have come up here. Okay, this is an easy method of importing. You may not need to go to the importing window and select the files. Okay, now the question usually comes is, when I do this way, which preferences it takes? Because when you usually import, you have different preferences that you usually set, right? But when you drag and drop, you don't see anything. So that people usually ask this question, where is the preference set? Okay, I will show you where it is located. There is a default preferences for many other things in Apple FCP. You can click on this Final Cut Pro and there is a preference tab. Okay, click here and there are multiple preferences where you can set in FCP, but we are focused on import. Okay, this is the place where you select all your preferences for drag and drop. So you can, if you wanted to create optimized media, you can select that. You can enable or disable many things, and based upon these preferences, your drag and drop will take effect and it will process the media. I hope you understood this. So I'm going to close this now. And there is one more place where you can import your medias. If you see this second button over here, if you just point your mouse over there, it says show and hide photos and audio. Click here. This is the built-in photo and music folder which is located in the Mac. So if you have medias in this folder in your photos, be it a photo or video, you can directly import it from here. And also you can import a soundtrack from this music folder too. Okay, these are 2 places where you can access. I think we have covered almost everything about importing. You have seen the places where you can import from. You have seen the preferences that you set while importing. And these are not only the options of importing. You can import from a tape media. You can import from applications like iMovie. And you can import from third-party applications too, which is not the scope of this video, so I'm not going to touch on it. I have shown you almost all the places where you can import from. Okay, so enjoy this video and practice it, and I will see you in next video. Thank you.